Part two. Let me share my screen again so that you can see that document one more time. Okay. How to get out of this? Okay. So remember, it's just about, you're just showcasing different pieces and how it's changed your life. One thing I will say is that talking about coaching every day a little bit about, got to get on a call tonight. Like nobody wants to know, or it's not new if you got on a Zoom. Like, what does that mean to them? It's about like, how can it change their life? So got to be a part of a community where I'm learning about how to share my business, how to grow my business. There's a mentorship that I get to take with it. I'm excited to join this journey. I'm nervous. And like, that's okay to say, like, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Like, the community is amazing, filled with women that really just get me excited to want to work with other women. Whatever it might be, like, you're just sharing a little bit about that. If you get on calls with like Micah, or, you hit Success Club and you get on the call with Brad Bizjack, our mindset mentor, things like that makes a difference when you share the tools that you get at your disposal, the fingertips. Micah is a superstar. She was in top 50 this time, but she's been in the top 10 before, twice, I believe. She is well known in the coaching industry through Beachbody. It's amazing. There's some people you talk to and they're like, well, I don't, my coach quit or whatever. And then they didn't have anyone ahead of them. And so they don't have the tools that they use, and we have those tools at our fingertips, which is so amazing. And then I always love to do an engagement story. People love to tell their opinions on things. So it can be something so simple. Like I put in there, like, what do you do on a snow day? It could be like, what do you find harder, nutrition or fitness? Maybe it could be like you're getting ready for an outfit and you're like, do I go with beige shoes or black shoes? Like you're showing things that you're asking for their opinion. Now you could go and buy the beige shoes and not even care what they say, but people want to answer your poll. You know what I mean? And they might think like, oh, I'm going to help you make her determination. You're like, heck no, I've already purchased them, but you're getting their, their ideas. Or like, sometimes I'll be like, have you ever seen this show before? Or are you a Friends watcher? I love Friends. The other day I was watching, and Just Like That, which is the remix or the newer version of Sex and the City. So I posted, I was watching it and I was like, who watched Sex and the City back in the day? You know what I mean? And so it's like things like that. That also helps you to find your people that you can relate to. So if people are friends, avid Friends watchers, I can relate to you and we can talk about Friends all day because I loved Friends. I've watched every season like 100 million times. Like my husband and I still laugh knowing that the joke is going to be said. That's just who we are. So that will help you find your people. And then in there, I have a call to action so that you could do an actual call to action right here. You can kind of see like, can you guys see this? This never came through. There we go. Okay. Can you see that okay? Is that not showing?
I can see it.
Okay, you can? Okay. A call to action is typically something where you're inviting people to come and join you. So it can be a Canvas story, which I can share with you when I get them, and when I make them, I can share them with you. But we have found along the way that in Instagram, although those visuals are good to have every once in a while, they're not working like they used to. And so Instagram is just like the internet and social media. It's just ever revolving. So right now it's about talking about it, talking about what you've got going on. So I've actually got on my notes for tonight, when we're done here, it's just kind of showing up on my stories and just like, hey, I just wanted to share with you a little bit about what we got going on. I just got off the call with some new coaches. I'm so excited for my coach mentorship. There's a couple ways that you can join me if you ever want to think about doing it. And when people hear you, they get to know who you are. They get to see your beautiful face. They get to see if they can connect with you. And if, this might be something that they want to do. And so you have a $20 off promo code that you can offer them to get started. So I'm going to talk about how I just helped someone get started yesterday at a low price that we don't get to do very often. And just talking from your heart and then putting up a poll and saying like, would you be interested in checking this out? Or, are you working on your fitness journey right now? Yes or no, or things like that. Does that document make sense? Do you guys have any questions on this FitBoss calendar?
I just really appreciate it because I am a checker offer.
Mhm.
So it makes me feel like even though I am accomplishing things without it, like it just makes me feel like I'm on track with what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm not getting sidetracked, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
I'm notorious for like, I don't like to claim I have ADHD, but that's possible. Somehow I like start one thing and then 5 hours later, I'm in 3 different rooms and I don't know how it got there. So
That's so funny you say that because I'm kind of the same way, which is why I think that like it takes me longer to get stuff done but I'll like mark off 15 other things off my list, but I'm like,
right.
I still have 5 more things to do on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like sharing with you guys that like I've started to turn off notifications. Like I'm, you know, I will close the door to my office and I tell my family, like if my office door is closed, like don't bother. Like I promise I won't be in here for more than 30 minutes, but don't bother me. And if you need me, text me, even though my notifications are off, but I'll come out and check on you or I'll check my notifications in 30 minutes. Now, if it's an emergency, my husband knows he can come get me, but like, that's kind of like, it's little things like that that I have to do to make sure that I stay on track.
Yeah.
Every day I put down what's my essentials, like what are my essentials to do today? So I've done it a couple different ways. So this might help too. What are my essentials that need to get done today? And I make sure that the list is manageable. Okay. So if I'm working all day, I don't put more than 3 things down on my list because I will stay up sometimes till I get that done. And then I'll still go to bed feeling like I didn't even get that much done. So if I get down 3 things, anything else is gravy. Anything else is gravy. But like on a day for tomorrow, I will really work on creating like blocks of time so that I'm working on this for a little bit, this for a little bit. But like today, in my mind, I didn't write down anything because I slept in longer than I meant to. And then by the time I got up and moving, then my girlfriend texted me and I was all across the board. I was doing laundry, I was doing this. And so like all these things I didn't accomplish, but I did accomplish other things along the way. So, you know, the other way I'll do it sometimes is like for tomorrow, I'll make my list. Then I'll go back through and I'll be like, okay, this is an A priority, meaning top priority. This is a B priority. So if I get all my A's done, then I can go to these things. And then this is my C priority. That's like, if I get that done, that is like, woo, that's gravy. That's bonus. But like, if I don't get it done, it's not going to be the end of the world. Those are a couple tricks I've learned.
Those are helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, good. So I'm glad that you have this. And this right here, just, I think even if like, don't be embarrassed if you're like, I only got part of them done, just post the tracker. Let's get into the habit of posting the tracker to help build that consistency. Because when you build the consistency, that is when your business is going to grow. Promise. Like it is going to make a difference when you can constantly just build your belief and your confidence in what you're doing every single day. And it will come. It will come. Okay. Okay, cool. What questions do you guys have for me other than with the training, with things like that? Anything else?
I have a question that has to do with the tracker.
Okay.
So I got the tracker notebook when I ordered the pack that we had talked about to be a coach. Is that what everyone's posting in the group? Like the daily tracker?
This one?
I think that's what it is. Yes.
So this is Micah's daily tracker. This is basically like a combo of this for the month. This kind of this FitBoss breaks it down a little bit more. Micah's is very detailed. I love Micah's. You can see like I use Micah's. And since, what was yesterday? Yesterday was the first. So you can see like I started on Tuesday in the morning. By the end of the day, I ended up moving it onto here because I'm going to use this for February. So they're very similar. But this is what I had been posting, and Alicia too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the pack that she's talking about? Is it because I haven't switched over to a coach yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
This is actually like it's actually just a PDF. that Micah has.
okay.
And what I ended up doing was printing and sending it to Staples and making like a little.
Oh, I did. I think I did get that. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And I just
Okay.
ended up making like a big, and like, to be honest, this was my last year's because like during part of the year, they ended up doing an online one. I did that for a few months of the year. I lost track and found an old pack that I started using last year. So I just love it because I can keep them all together and just
Mhm.
keep myself going. To me, it's much easier to keep a booklet than like a piece of paper because I feel like the paper gets lost along the way.
Awesome.
What other questions?
So obviously I'm still going through the training. When would you recommend me switching me from the preferred customer to the coach status?
When you're ready to go, Jen, whenever you're ready
Okay.
to go, when you start to inviting. And really, to be honest, like if you want to wait until you're about to share and sell your first pack, we can do that too.
Okay.
Because you are a preferred customer going to coach, what's awesome about that when we did it, because you switched to preferred customer and now we're moving you back, your downline placement stays the same. So you never get to have to move or anything like that.
Okay.
And everything resets on the clock. So a couple things
Okay.
that you get to look forward to as a new coach is you have 6 months from the start date. So Taylor, from your first start date, you have 6 months that you can hit Success Starter, which means 3 months you hit Success Club. Success Club, going back into some basics, it's helping 3 people. So every time you sell a challenge pack or a total solution pack is what they call them now, you get 2 Success Club points. Okay.
Okay.
So that's a pack where they get Beachbody On Demand and they get Shakeology and the 2 nutrition plans, which really it is a total solution pack because people just buy Beachbody. Like I just talked to my friend Toby. She was like, "Oh, I loved the trial. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get the $99 Beachbody On Demand today is when it was supposed to hit." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so glad you liked it." I'm like, "Talk to me about your journey a little bit. Like, what are your goals?" And so when she told me her goals, I'm like, "Okay, friend, I'm going to lay it out for you. You're going to get more from it if you get the total pack. And here is why. You get both nutrition plans and you get a sample of Shakeology for 30 days. And you get to try out our Beachbody On Demand Interactive. And you can get access to an early program if you want. But it's the nutrition partnered with the workouts and the Shakeology that's going to make a difference. I promise. Give it 30 days. And I'm telling you, if you go all in 30 days, you're going to see a difference. We talked a little bit about it and she understood the importance of it. And with the $20 off promo code, I didn't get her job one, but I just got her the regular Beachbody On Demand pack, which is $160. So for $40 more, she not only got Beachbody On Demand for the entire year, but she got access to both nutrition plans. Like I said, the body interactive for 30 days, but then she got an entire bag of Shakeology, which is normally $130 on its own. And I tell people in case there was like, I don't know. To me, I'm like, it's $40. Like it's $40. It's such a deal. But it's also 100% money back guarantee. So if they don't like it, I tell people, I'm like, I can help you cancel it. If you don't like it, I can make sure you don't get it again. If you do like it, I can help you save 25% and become a preferred customer. That I try to go back and forth on. Like if I feel like, if they're like, I have 55 pounds to lose, let's just say, I'm like, let's get you set up as a preferred customer because you're going to be getting this every month. You want to make sure that you are set up for success. You're going to save the money every month. Okay. Some people are like very skittish about it. And I tell people, just try it. If you like it, we'll get you set up. If you don't, that's okay. Like I'm not here to beg you and try to swindle you into, if you don't like it, you don't like it. I also can't make you drink it or do it. So, yeah. So you're at a good spot. So when you help 3 people, let me back up. I was like, what were they even going with that? When you help 3 people a month, get a total solution pack that hits you with SC6 and SC5 is Success Club. So while we're showing this, I want to share with you a couple of Facebook groups that you probably want to get familiar with. So the first one is Team Beachbody. this is where your national wake up call is every Monday. So, and I don't know where you guys are at with your emails from Micah. So I just wanted to share a couple of these things with you. The national wake up call is at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time every Monday morning. It's live in the Facebook page. So you want to make sure that you are in this page. And there's lots of reasons why, but it'll tell you like anything that's coming up. So you can see here, there's a sale, 25% off beach bars and mixed berry energize. It will tell you about the promo codes. This is telling you about the promo codes. So like if you didn't check your email, this is in there, right? It's going to tell you just about some different things about like bod groups, like all kinds of stuff. It's going to give you information, but it is going to tell you, if, and especially if you follow it, it'll give you an alert on when National Wake Up Call is about to start. But these are every Monday at 10 a.m. So I don't typically, I'm not on live. I watch the recording. It's on my list that I make sure, and it's on Micah's tracker. This one it has on here on Monday. Oh, on Monday, because it's your Beachbody week is Thursday to Thursday because you get paid on Thursday. But on Monday, she has on there National Wake Up Call. So the National Wake Up Call is great because it gives you any announcements that are happening in the company. It gives you any recognition. So when you guys rank advance up to diamond and above, your name is recognized on the National Wake Up Call, which is super fun. And then they have a speaker, some sort of coach that's sharing some sort of message, and they're always really good. And so they're great to listen to. So I have this planner here for my business. It's called the Rise Up Planner. You don't have to get it. It works really well for me. But in the back of it, it has a note section that I can put in every week, like what are the corporate calls about? What are training calls about? What are personal development tags I want to do? So that way I can always come, like if I'm like, what was that one coach talking about setting up new people or getting bod groups more interactive, I can go right to there. But if you just have a notebook, that works fine too. But I love taking notes in the National Wake Up Call. So that's something Monday evenings that I usually listen to while I'm working because it's really good. So that's the big thing in there that you want to listen to. But they always have additional things in there, like about the products and announcements and things like that. This is a general thing. The other thing it has in here that I love is like, you can see here, like they've got stuff that you could totally save, take the picture and save it on your phone and add to your stories. Like this right here, I didn't even see this before. This is great stuff to add. Anything that adds value in your stories for people to be like, oh, I love what she posts. I love the recipes. I love the ideas, things like that. People love that. So you could totally save those and share those on there. You can see here, this is our coach Morgan. She's the one who did the National Wake Up Call on Monday, how she likes to show up as a coach. She had some great stuff on Monday, really good information. Those National Wake Up Calls are also on the podcast for Beachbody On Demand. So if all you want to do is listen to it, you don't necessarily have to watch the actual call. So you can see like there's all kinds of stuff on here. The other thing it has on here is it gives you information about like our summit. Our summit is coming up in July. That's the annual Beachbody On Demand, like, or Beachbody conference. Every coach is welcome to come. Okay, you do have to buy a ticket. This year it's in St. Louis, which is really nice because all of us Midwesterners, and we could pretty much drive there. They have, if you go on there, there is a website that you can go and register and get a ticket. If you're a Success Club starter, a Success Starter is what it's called. So in those first 6 months, you hit Success Club 3 times, they will pay for your ticket to go to Summit, which is super nice. But it's the most fun. There's training, there's huge speakers, it's so much fun. And Jeff is actually coming with me this year, and we have already planned that we're going to do a dinner for our team. I usually get a photographer to do team photos for us. So we'll get t-shirts. We'll have a ton of fun doing stuff like that. So I hope you guys can make it because it's gonna be awesome. And if you need to, I think like Jill has a room. So up until before my husband always come, we would always just share rooms. So I know Jill, her husband's not coming, so she'll want to share a room, one to help in cost, but two, it helps build community too. Okay. So that's that website or the Facebook page I want to show you. The other one is called Beachbody Champions. This is kind of like a extra one that if you're a coach, it's got some great information and training in there. And I like to go in like probably at least once a week to check it out because there's some awesome stuff in here. So like if you want a power hour to follow somebody else and kind of hear what they're doing and how they're working through the business, those are in here. Recorded ones, they do them every week. Come on. It shows up here. You can see like what's on the champions page. So like yesterday there was a nutrition timing training. So, and that was a great one. Like when you're asking your questions, Jen, about nutrition and some of those supplements, I was actually listening to that earlier. That's a great one. It kind of talks about some basic stuff on that. Okay. Keyshawn Graves talked about yesterday. I listened to this too, all the things that are happening in our coaching business and promos and everything that we have. That's great stuff to listen to kind of be like, oh, I should do that. Or she gives great ideas on how you can promote things. And then here it kind of talks about what your weekly focus is, but you can see there's all kinds of stuff that they teach about training, about like this power hour is, oh, this is from 2019. This one's amazing. This one's about networking and it's still prevalent. It's a fantastic one. This still gets a ton of views on this one. But like, this is what I watched today. It was like 30 minutes. It was great. Gave me some great information. A couple new ideas generated in my head too. Nutrition timing. This is awesome. This was ways to leverage your promo code that we just got. So I'm going to actually download this and share this in our team page. But this is just another page that allows you to kind of see, and this shows you all of the wake-up calls and what they're about. But this gives you some awesome information from tips from coaches, training from corporate, things like that. This is another great one where there's just so many resources at your fingertips. Okay. And then do you guys get the email from Micah?
I do. Yep.
Okay, perfect. I always look at that on Sunday to make sure that I'm like, okay, is there anything that is going to pertain to me that I can make sure? So if I can't get on live, I can listen to the recording.
I love her podcast too.
Oh my gosh.
She has some really great people on there.
For real, for real. She's got one she just posted. Her name was, oh gosh, now I can't remember, but she just.
A doctor of some sort, wasn't it?
Yeah, someone. And she's going to have them on the team call too. So which is going to be, I know, that's super awesome. So, okay. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. All right. Oops. Let me save that. Okay. Do you guys have any questions for me?
I'm okay now.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
you answered all the ones that I had. So
Yay. Yay. Okay, awesome. Well, I never want to overwhelm you guys with calls. Like, it's not my intention, but to me, team calls are so important because it helps us to grow as a community. It helps us to learn. And it helps you have a chance to talk with me and we can grow that way together, because chances are if you have a question, someone else is like, ooh, good question. Or, you know, I have that too. So we'll keep them to once a month for team calls on what we can do. If I ever find more, I might go live in the team page like I have been, because I want you guys to stay informed. But if you ever have questions, don't ever hesitate to throw it in the message thread so we can get your questions answered. And maybe someone else might have an opportunity to answer it too. So. All right.
Thank you.
You're so welcome, you guys. You guys have a good night and we'll talk soon.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
bye.